Hey everyone, thank you very much for your time to join this small party with all of you. And great to have a chance to share how this idea came up and what is our vision for the future. So at first, let me explain our brand in plain English. Mocasa actually means mobile, and casa. Casa is the Spanish word is home. Actually, we want to provide a product like your mobile phone, and could be used by everyone, everywhere. Mocasa is not actually buy now, pay later, because we are trying to provide a payment option, not a loan option. We encourage our users to use Mocasa app every day to replace your cash payments. We are not encouraging people to borrow money, right? Because you use Mocasa to buy your groceries in supermarkets, buy meals in restaurants. But actually, we are not encouraging you for overconsumption. Right? So not like other buy now pay later players. This is a big difference I want to emphasize. Why we get this idea? I want to start an introduction with my own experience. Actually, my first fintech startup I founded. I was founding team of a company called Sima Finance. It is a consumer finance company in China. China is a big country. We have more than 30 provinces, and there are many undeveloped areas. So if you go to Shanghai and Beijing, it is a rich country, but if you go to other rural areas, it is still a developing country. And in that project, in Sima Finance, we built a network to provide low-cost consumer financing services for all the users in rural areas. That was the first project. I feel the need, strong demand from those underserved population. Yes, we still have huge number of underserved population in China. Even we have a very developed payment system, banking system, but still many people are not yet well covered by facilities. So starting from year 2015, we started that project. We provide installments for those users who may need to buy a motorcycle or an electronic bike in China. And in that project, in 2 to 3 years, I traveled to almost more than 1,000 counties in China. A county in China is actually a city in China. In China, in total, we have more than 2,000 counties. I traveled more than half of it. And I visited, I talked with many of our users. And I felt very happy that when they told me they bought their first mobile cycle or electronic bags using our service. So I feel that financial inclusion and also digitalized service is so critical to people's daily life. And then I started several other fintech companies in China and also in overseas countries. We visited Philippines in year 2091. I still remember the first day I landed in Manila. It was in January 8th of 2019. And we have several fintech projects in also other countries like Vietnam, India, even during the pandemic. We slowed down our operation, but we didn't stop. And at the end of year 2021, we feel that it is time to launch Mocasa in Philippines because we see, anyway, Philippines is one of the greatest nations I have visited. And it is a big country with more than 100 million population, and we still see more than 80% of the retail transactions still paid with cash. More than 80% of the population are still underserved. You cannot get credit card from the banks. You cannot get a low-cost lending a loan service from any banks. Right? There are so many online lenders come up in the recent years, but almost all of them charge high interest rate. So this is a huge market with strong demand. So that is why we started Mocasa. We started Mocasa with a free credit line for everyone, especially for the underserved population. I think today we are still the only one, we are still the only non-bank institution offer a free credit line for you. We encourage you to repay on time. So there's no hidden fee, no interest rate. You can use it every day. And we also try to connect it with national standard like QR page payments to make it available to pay in a restaurant or coffee shop like this. right? And we also have been connected with MasterCard. That we have a guest, Mr. Chris from MasterCard today, and we are integrated with MasterCard to enable our users to spend the credit line, the free credit line, on all online transactions on Shopee and Lazada. This is the second year of Mocasa. In the past 1 year time, we will focus on building everything you see today. And this is our first public event. I think it is already time for us. We are ready to share our thoughts and the future of this business in this country. The biggest challenge we have in this country is that we have observed actually two challenges. The first challenge is the payment option for cashless payments, right? So although we have e-wallets, but since they are not tightly integrated with bank accounts, and also due to the low penetration rate of bank accounts, so the use of e-wallets for cashless payments are not so popular. You check your e-wallet balance. I guess most of your e-wallet balance are, for example, is quite low. It's not enough for everyday payments, right? And another challenge we have in Philippines is the lack of credit data. We see that financial inclusion is a problem we want to solve, but how to solve it? You cannot solve it just by disperse money to someone, right? You have to build many things underground at infrastructure level. The most important infrastructure for credit, for financial inclusion, is the Central Credit Bureau. And that is why we have been connected with CIC, the only authorized Central Credit Bureau in this country. And we are not only access their database, existing database, but we are also contributing to them, especially with the credit data from those underserved population. Because if you are still underserved, your data are still not in CIC. But we contribute the data to CIC, right? So we are building the Central Credit Bureau together with CIC. And actually, Mocasa, this is a product to solve your problem of cashless payment. But actually, in the back end, we have done a lot. We have spent a lot of effort to address these two biggest challenges for this country. After maybe 5 or 10 years, I believe one day more than 90% or even 100% of our retail transactions are cashless payments. And I believe after 5 to 10 years, most of our consumers in this country will enjoy a credit line, either free or the average interest rate is quite low. It's lower than that in the United States and China, right? In China, I spent my early career in China market only, and I have observed in the past 50 years the development, the path of development of a fintech service in China. We started with nothing. Like today in Philippines, before year 2010, there was no credit bureau at all, and also people were using cash everywhere. But after 10 years, if you go to China now, that no cash is used, and almost everyone can has a track record of credit in the central bank, right? So we want to replicate this kind of experience of building a sector of fintech service also in Philippines, and I believe we have very promising future regarding all the fintech services we have seen in the developed countries. We can also have it here, right? However, we see that Rome was not built in one day. I think we need the support from regulators, from all the partners, banks, and also the media like you, help us together to build a system, to improve the banking system, to improve the payment system, and also to bring the awareness of credit in this country. At last, I want to thank you all again for coming here and help us to express our vision and our thoughts regarding payment and also credit. Thank you.
Thank you, Robin.